Small tower fights against Ningjin sect leader and immortal venerate. Its consumption is greatly consumed. As it is about to exhaust, a shiny green wicker pierces the void, protecting the small tower and Honghuang. Willow God comes. Seeing the arrival of Willow God, the face of Ningjin sect leader and immortal venerate changed greatly. Fear and anxiety rose in the hearts of the two. Immortal venerable clenches his fist unwillingly. In order to come to lower realm, he consumes a lot, even used a secret treasure map of sect. He is unwilling to abandon the suppression of the immortal creature, let alone miss the ancient treasure world. Blue divine will floats from him. Immortal venerable right hand is shaped as a claw, and grab towards Willow God. Willow God stands still, her cold expression has not changed anymore. When the immortal venerable is only a few meters away from Willow God, he only feels that he is subject to an invisible field. The surrounding space is full of strong resistance. Even if he exhausts his body strength, his body can only move slightly. Willow God stretches out the jade hand indifferently and urges the Willow God skill. A crystal willow leaf condenses with her palms. This blade is not large, but it exudes a strong breath, makes immortal venerable feel the ultimate fear. With a flick of Willow God's finger, Willow Leaf violently sweeps towards the immortal venerable. When Willow Leaf hits the latter's eyebrow, a powerful force sweeps his whole body. Let his projection constantly blurred. The dim situation indicates that he may disappear at any time. His secret treasure of the Willow Mountain is also attacked by Willow God, and it cracks a gap. Immortal venerate do not care about his image, roaring anger, but still unable to fight against this great power. Honghuang is trembling with excitement. Willow God is too strong. This is not a battle. This is obviously a one-sided crush. His bright eyes are brilliant, and he has strengthened his determination to follow Willow God's footsteps. One day, he will fight side by side with Willow God. Willow God looks around at a glance, and says indifferently, "Please go on the road." Then, several wicker rush out of her feet. Everyone can't see the trajectory of the wicker at all. Almost at a moment, the wicker flash. Tie the immortal venerate, Ningjin sect leader, and the Five Elements Mountain firmly. At this moment, the two supreme sect leaders. Their faces are panic and shocking. They try to open the restraint, but nothing works. Finally, with Willow God's fibrous hand wave, the projections of the immortal venerate and Ningjin sect leader explode, and turn into light rain. Their consciousness also returns to the upper realm body. Five Elements Mountain is through a treasure, and also escapes back to the upper realm. The war ends. Willow God's cold face has no expression, even though she defeated the two big leaders in one hand. By the way, sent Five Elements Mountain away. For Willow God, it seems to be just doing a trivial matter. Honghuang goes forward to Willow God. Every time he sees Willow God, he has a sense of security. Willow God smiles, and when her eyes falls to Honghuang, she feels something, says, "One more bone, wait for it to be completely reborn, and the magic power is endless." Honghuang knows what Willow God said is his supreme bone. He also looks forward to the magical power contains in this bone. "I'm going in." Willow God suddenly speaks. Her cold, like eyes are looking at the depths of the ancient treasure world. Hearing the words, the small tower responds fiercely. Something that Willow God valued so highly must be a great opportunity. Willow God does not conceal, says that the primordial gate is born again. This door was born at the beginning of the opening of the sky, and has only appears a few times from ancient times to the present. The emergence of the primordial gate last time caused the ancient war. Anyway, now this door appears again. It indicates that something extraordinary will happen in this era. In this rolling torrent, nobody knows how many real immortals and fairy kings will die. Although Honghuang does not know what this door means, but from Willow God's expression, as well as the reaction of the small tower and the immortal creature, he knows that behind this door, it must involve great causes and effects. He also wants to go to find out. So, Honghuang follows the small tower, the immortal creature, to the depths of ancient treasure world. When everyone comes to a waterfall edge, a powerful field prevents their footsteps. In this field, it is a small world composed of chaos and nothingness. It is full of disorderly violent power. This force can disordinate time and distort space. Although it cannot affect the strong people at the level of Willow God and the small tower, but it can make Honghuang's body shatter. Honghuang is curious about the primordial gate, and wants to enter. He wants to let the small tower protect him into it. As a result, the small tower ignores him. Use the teleportation formation method to pass Honghuang to a gobi directly to 10,000 miles away. After that, the small tower follows Willow God's footsteps, goes to find the primordial gate. The immortal creature also moves, and enters the chaos world. He doesn't want to explore the primordial gate. This existence is not his level. It is definitely not what he can afford. He just wants to enter the chaos world and absorb the power of this small world. He had bred millions of years in chaos, and then broke the shell out, achieved an immortal body. This kind of chaotic power is a great tonic for the immortal creature. Honghuang, who is alone, is a little angry in his heart. This small tower is too anxious. His parents are still in the tower body. At least let them out first. However, Honghuang quickly adjusts his mentality. Since Willow God and the small tower are looking for the primordial gate, he also wants to find his own opportunity. He starts to explore this gobi seriously. This is a space full of extreme high temperature. Gobi's rocks are baked into red. Lava flows all over the ground. The fiery temperature makes the surrounding air sticky. Honghuang's heart is happy. This kind of extreme heat power is an excellent condition for breeding his supreme bone. Now that his supreme bone is close to rebirth, if the chance is appropriate, maybe he can completely activate the supreme bone. Let him master the magical power in this treasure bone. Here, Shihao begins to look for the treasure of precipitated fire. In the search, he finds that there are many Jinwu and fire crow living here. These are the fierce beasts that are born in ancient treasure world. Their strengths are uneven, and a few of them can reach the venerable realm. 400 of miles forward, Shihao finds an old city. This is the habitat of the fire crow. Rows of magnificent ancient buildings are arrayed, exuding the old sense of time. Suddenly, Shihao feels something. He looks up at the direction of the ancient city, sees strong energy waves from the ancient city, hears loud sounds. This is obviously a fierce battle in the city. Near the ancient city, Shihao is surprised to find out. He knows some people who are fighting. They are the geniuses of the upper realm Shihao had ever met. There are Honghuang, Lanyu, and others. It is the fire crow family who fights with them. Soon, Shihao discovers the reason why these people fight. Near this ancient city, there are ground fire. This is a liquid that can only be born in extreme high temperature environments. The precipitation inside has a pure force of extremely heat energy. The ground fire has great benefits to the improvement of the cultivation, especially for the fire attribute monk like Honghuang. Its benefits are even more difficult to imagine. The fierce battle between the two sides is still continuing. The upper realm geniuses go all out. All of them have exhibited all their power. Powerful beasts show in the air. There are red phoenix, water dragon, and swanni. The roar of the beasts resound through the sky, and powerful skills collide in the air. Fire lights the sky, which makes the hot space that is originally filled with high temperatures even more unbearable. At first, the upper realm geniuses are able to stalemate with fire crow family. As time goes by, these upper bound geniuses are starting to show signs of failure. It is difficult for them to compete with fire crows with home advantages. Especially Honghuang, her opponent is a very powerful old monster of the fire crow family. Honghuang insists, and cold sweats keep dripping from her delicate cheeks. Finally, with the opponent's full blow, Honghuang only feels that her body is hit by a huge force. The powerful impact makes her lose balance, and can't restrain to fall to the ground. The fire crow does not stop, and an extremely hot flame sprays out of its mouth, storming towards the fallen Honghuang. See the flames that are close to. Honghuang's eye flashes despair. If she is hit by this violent power, she may also die. Just when Honghuang is ready to close her eyes to meet her destiny, a white figure suddenly flashes and arrives. With one wave of arm, helps her block the power of destruction. Shihao comes. Honghuang raises her charming eyes and looks at Shihao's back. Shihao stands straight, facing the flames without retreating for half a step. In the eyes of Honghuang, Shihao's figure is so straight and upright. The flying robes made him even more handsome. Honghuang looks at Shihao's back and couldn't help be tempted. Her flowing eyes shine. The young man in front is really dazzling. For the first time, she has the first feeling of love. The previous fear is slowly disappear, instead of unparalleled sense of security, and the inexplicable love for Shihao.